Wait a minute, let me ask you this. How does with the work that you do compare with psychology? Is this psychology, or is there any kind of a significant difference?
The difference is I'm not working so much with the conscious, I'm much more working with the subconscious, conscious collaboration. And this work is really about empowerment, or showing people that they have all the tools and all the resources they need to heal themselves. And that is why this whole process is also much faster. I mean, most people I see who went through therapy went through years of therapy, and they needed the time to talk about it. In this case, you don't have to find out why things happened when you work with the subconscious. It's much more important how it happens, that you're still stuck, and what to do to get out of it.
So really we can use the subconscious in two ways. First of all, a lot of our perceived problems reside in the subconscious and can be handled that way. But on the flip side of that, we can start creating the future that we really want through an intelligent use and collaboration with the subconscious.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes, absolutely. And that, you know, just coming back to what we said at the beginning, that there is this intuitive knowingness of the subconscious that often guides us in the right direction. You know, one great example, I think, is buying a car. And you made up your mind that you want to have this car. All of a sudden, you see all those same Volvos driving on the street. And you haven't seen them before. In other words, once you gave your subconscious the information, you know, I want this, your subconscious assists you to find what you're looking for. So this is only a simple example, but I think everybody had this experience that the subconscious can open up the perspective and allows us to see more than we have, you know, allowed ourselves to see before. So if you are struggling with a disease or struggling with a emotional or physical challenge, I really invite you to go beyond that focus on the challenge to focus on what you actually want. How can life look like without that challenge? Because then the subconscious will tap into those resources to help you to find solutions for that question.
One more story. You had a woman who had some kind of chronic pain, and she had a business that needed funding.
Yeah.
I think that was a really great story to illustrate how the subconscious works and collaborates with us and how we can get out of situations with collaboration there.
Absolutely. You know, it was an interesting case. It was a woman who for 2 years basically did not take care of herself, her emotions, or her body because she was entirely focused and absorbed with her business. And a lot of people out there can relate to that. And a lot of people, you don't have to be self-employed to be able to relate to stress through work. And she forgot about what's really necessary to basically keep herself in a sane and healthy place. So for 2 years, she was only stressed. After 2 years, she lost her business. She had to fire all those people that she worked with. And she developed chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, hypertension, and also a low function of her thyroid.
Just happened to get that about the same time.
That all just accumulated at the same time. And so what happened then was that she didn't believe that she had to live with all this medication for the rest of her life and stay in a state of pain and low energy. So we worked on releasing the emotions that she had stored inside for these 2 years. Stress, sadness, guilt, shame, all those powerful emotions that were like in big black bags or compartments in your subconscious. Once she has released that, it was like she had lost an enormous weight from her shoulder. And in a very short amount of time, she was able to get more energy. Now, I've worked with her for about 4 months. So I saw her for 5 sessions in the span of 4 months. Now she's almost pain-free. She has a lot of energy. She has a new job that she completely enjoys. Her blood pressure is normal, and her thyroid medication could be cut in half. So, you know, she basically was beating all the odds, because usually chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia, you know, people are told that this is what you have to live for for the rest of your life. And she was just not satisfied with that outlook, and she changed it.
Wow. Very inspiring stories. So there's hope for all of us, isn't there?
You know, and I just feel like what we need to understand, and this is what your show is doing, we need to understand that there are more options for us to stay healthy, be well, and heal ourselves.
I really, really want to thank you for coming and being with us. It's just a pleasure to have you on our show and to talk about these really wonderful understandings of ourselves that people don't often talk about, and yet they affect so very much of our life on such profound levels. So thank you, Friedemann. Really appreciate the work that you do and your being on the show.